Recently, I had a client that came to me, an artist, I should say, not just necessarily a client. I call him a client because it is like I do work for this, you know what I'm saying, for this artist. And they wanted their project mixed and mastered. And I was able to do that and get that done for them. But when they uploaded it to DistroKid and United Masters, I think they did both. They uploaded it to United Masters first and then uploaded it to DistroKid afterwards because one of the songs on the project used a well-known sample or song. And so when he uploaded it, United Masters denied it. They said, no, like you can't, this isn't happening. You know what I'm saying? You're not putting this out with this sample on here. He took it upon himself to now say, okay, cool. Maybe it's United Masters with the issue. Let me put it on DistroKid. Nope. That artist was denied uploading that song on DistroKid as well. And it's unfortunate. But when you use a well-known sample, these companies, they don't want any trouble. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, us independent artists, you know, uploading to these sites, they don't, you know, we don't have the money to pay for a lawyer to fight a sample clearance or anything like that as an independent artist. So this artist came to me and said, yo, they're denying my album because of this sample, which is a Mary J. Blige sample. Everybody knows the song. So he asked me, yo, can you remake the beat or remake a beat like it or create something around it, you know, to keep the song still like the flow still good, sounding good, but to make sure that I can get past the sample clearances. Before I explain, I did tell him yes, but I actually, you know, wanted to put this out there for producers that, yo, I made a video about this a while ago, and it's a video about picking or using certain samples, you know, that aren't well known. Because when you do that, what happens is we get flagged, we get copyright, we get all these things because we're using something that everybody and their mom knows. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're flipping it, putting all these crazy effects on it, they're gonna flag you. You know what I'm saying? So as a producer to producer, when you're making beats and you're working with an artist, try to steer away from using well-known samples, songs that everybody knows. If you can find obscure stuff, find things that people haven't listened to, or something that just doesn't sound, you know, the same, or doesn't sound like something we've heard before, try to use samples like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I always go for like obscure samples or try to find stuff. Sometimes things, you know, some producers have used them, but it's not like a well-known song, like a Marvin Gaye, a Diana Ross. It's like, if I do that, I gotta chop that thing. I gotta micro chop that thing because I need to replay everything that's going on note by note almost. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from using samples that, you know, everybody knows. Yo, what's good, everybody? And welcome back to another video. It's me, They Call Me Heat. If this is your first time on the channel today, I'm a music producer of over 10 years. And on my channel right here, I show producers just like yourself how to make some of the best boom bap, hip hop style beats, baby. So yeah, a lot of you know, like on my channel here, I'm sample based. Like I'm boom bap to the death. That's my, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm wearing, my merch. You know what I mean? My merch is boom bap merch. You know what I mean? This is what I'm rocking it. I'm on that, you know? But we do always have to remember that being boom bap producers, being sample based producers, sometimes, you know, we have roadblocks. And this is one of the times where a producer had a roadblock with an artist. I wasn't the producer that had that roadblock, but the artist had a roadblock with, you know, using the beat from the producer. So he actually paid me to go ahead and do a new beat around the vocal. Now, since I already mixed and mastered the song, I have the vocal. So I've had the acapella to, you know, do a brand new beat over that song. And I had the tempo as well. So I did that. I told the artist, yeah, let me go ahead and see what I can do. So to keep this beat very simple, the beat, it was not a lot going on at all. I use a cymatics loop, and that's really it. And I did my own drums over the loop. I know some of y'all out there be like, oh, Heat, you're using loops, you're not changing it up. Forget you. You know what I'm saying? I am a producer. I'm a creative. You know what I mean? I use what sounds good. So you're going to see that I used a loop this time and didn't change it or alter it. The artist brought this beat to me, or this song to me, and we mixed it, mastered it out, and I redid the beat. So I went through and I started going through stuff, like stuff that I had, you know what I'm saying? My own melodies, my own, you know, samples, my own just, I was like, maybe I can go a boom bap route. But then I was like, nah, if we want to keep the essence, I want to try to keep it trap like the original producer did. So I started off with the drums. So I went this route with the drums. Simple drum pattern. In the original song, I think like they had hi-hat rolls and stuff going on. But when you hear the melody, you're gonna be like, I see why you didn't do a bunch of hi-hat rolls and things like that, because it doesn't need that. You know what I mean? Producers, if you liking what you're hearing right now, I know what you're thinking. Where is he getting these sounds from? Listen, I make custom drum loops, custom samples, custom drum kits, things like that, as well as MIDI kits too. So head over to boombapuniversity.com. That's where all of my custom sounds are. So anything that you hear in my videos, you can get sounds just like that over at Boom Bap University. I don't want you to have whack sounds. I want you to have good sounds. So I'm sharing the good stuff. I'm giving you good stuff. So head over to boombapuniversity.com, grab up some kits, and I guarantee you, your beat's gonna start sounding like this. Let's get back to the video. With my drums here, I did do my normal Neve 1073 EQ on there and use the preset huge kick, but adjusted it as I always do. I always adjust it to the sound that I'm using, you know what I'm saying? Then I put the transient master to bring that punch back into it. So then I went to the hi-hats, of course, like I said, kept it real simple on the hi-hat. And then, of course, you know what I'm saying, on the hi-hats, I love dragging my stuff. I love taking things off time, and that's exactly what I did. As you can see up here in this area, it's off the grid about 3 notches. A lot of people ask me, yo, what do you mean by notches? So basically just nudging it. I'm just nudging it 3 ticks, basically. So as you can see, it's not right on the 1 right here. Then I went and got this trap snare, which is super dope. And on the trap snare, I just kept it on beat. But I love how the hi-hat gives it this little bit of bounce, you know what I'm saying? And then I just went ahead and added this this open hat right here. It just adds a little flavor. I don't know. I like it like that. I like when that happens. So once I got that stuff, I was like, all right, now I kind of got the base of it down. Now it's time to go find a bunch of different melodies. And I had a couple of different ideas, y'all. As you can see, I had a few different cymatics loops. And I'm not just trying to promote a bunch of cymatic stuff, but the vibe there just went with the song, you know what I'm saying? But I had a few different ideas and I ended up landing on this one right here. That's fire to me. I love that. That's super dope. Very simple. I'm going to play it with the drums so that you can at least hear how it sounds now. And if you're not doing this, I'm telling you, make sure you're nudging your stuff. Make sure you're taking stuff off time a little bit. Even though this is a trap beat, I still like to put my bounce, you know what I'm saying, my feeling into it. And nudging is one of my things that I love to do. Now, cymatics had this other sound in there, which is like a bass sound, which I think it just added, it added way more feeling to the track once I put this in. So this sound right here. Like, it literally doesn't need a lot, doesn't need too much going on. Again, this is a very simple, like, trap beat, you know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm used to putting drum fills and all these extra things in it, but sometimes the song doesn't need that, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just need drums and a melody and let the artist just go off and do their thing. So when I put everything together, it came together like this. Now, it gave it so much character. Now, with that bass, I did add a few things like the Neve bass warmer. And then I added the R bass, you know what I mean? And kind of fixed that. And I used the R bass around the 50 hertz range. So it gave it a nice bottom end. But if I turn those effects off, it's super thin. When I put the effects back on, you can really hear that bottom end step up and come out. You know what I'm saying? That's fire. It really put this beat and took it to another level once I was able to, you know, bring out the bottom end of that bass, because it was very thin before I put effects on it. I was able to, you know, add body to it, basically. And essentially, this is all the beat is. As you can see here, there's not a lot that I really did. I just kind of, you know, took the bass out certain spots, dropped the drums in certain spots, just to allow the artist to have room to do their thing. And then the actual song, it wasn't a song where he was doing a bunch of stuff. It was him and another artist And the artist featuring on the song, they actually made a hook that was really very simple. It wasn't like a bunch of stuff. You're just repeating this word, you know what I'm saying, or this phrase. And the beat didn't need to have a bunch going on if that's all the artist is doing. So this is a song where the artist is just kind of showcasing their greatness, you know what I'm saying? And I was able to help, enhance that. So let me show you the beat, just like a, intro to like the hook, just so you can kind of see how things build and fall off. Now, this is a very short video, but I really just wanted to show y'all how, I go about creating a beat for an artist. You know what I mean? I know I didn't show you the vocal because, again, the song's not out. I don't want to put it in the video and the song's not out for the artist yet. So I'd rather you go listen to the song from the link and then check it out. But this is just to talk to y'all about, being able to deliver something to an artist, on the fly like that, not using samples that everybody has used or not using samples that everybody knows. You know what I mean? Try to steer away from that because that's what's going to hurt you the most. So I hope this helps somebody out there. If you like the video, make sure you give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. Like the video and subscribe. All right. Follow me on Instagram for, normal updates, things like that. But if you like what you heard today, or if you like anything that you've heard in any of my videos, make sure you check out Boom Bap University because that is where my courses are. You can learn how to make beats just like your boy, or you can grab up sound kits, sample kits, drum kits, MIDI kits, all those good things, and that good Boom Bap merch over at boombapuniversity.com. All right. I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. And until next time, I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you check out the song by Shell Dot in my description. All right. See you in the next video. Hey.